All right.
Mark, when's the last time you watched this movie in full?
I watched after they came out with the Blu-ray. What was that? 6 years ago? 5 years ago? Yeah, Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. That Blu-ray is hard to find right now.
So I hear.
So now.
Pretty much you can't find it, so you gotta keep it.
All right. So, Mark, you were on our podcast a few years back. You know, I mean, I think that was your first podcast appearance. You know, what I mean, we appreciate you taking your time and coming on. But you know, working on this film, you told us before like how you got into acting. Can you share with the audience that did not listen to that episode before how you got into acting?
You know, a lot of people have a story like this. It's my particular story, but it's not that uncommon. I was knocking around in school. I didn't have too much time. I didn't know what to do with it. My sister said, go down and meet Ray Fulmer. He's next Marine, and take his shit. And he runs a theater program, so I went down and auditioned for this classic theater piece called The Death and Life of Sneaky Fitch. And I got the part, and I got so nervous that when we were going into opening night, that I had a high fever, and they got concerned, so I didn't make the tech. The next night I decided, he was so funny, because my parents were like, this fever's like really hot. And he was saying, he just has stage fright. And so the next night, everybody conferred, and I just went down and did it. So high school auditorium is not a stage, it's an auditorium stage, and it's lacquered. It's, you know, the professional theaters have floors that are practical, they're softer wood and whatever. So I had rehearsed it in costume and everything, and it had full bodysuit and long johns. So this drunken guy, Sneaky Fish, comes flying out of the saloon doors at the very top of the play. So, you know, I'd never done it in costume, and I come out through the doors, and the damn suit slides out, my feet slide out from under me, and I hit the floor and on my ass. You can see it. Like a classic. It's classic. And I slide right on the edge of the stage. There's nothing on the stage to stop me. So there I am. I hit the edge of the stage and I plop down into the vom there on the floor back. Now, I mean, thank God I haven't had anything there. And I forget exactly how I did it, but I kind of calmed down. And everybody laughed. And I thought, wow, that worked. So I sat up and I went, and then I went down again. And they all laughed again. And I didn't know what the hell they were laughing at, but I thought I'd try it again. So I got, I did it again, and they laughed even louder because now they were laughing at me hamming it up. Anyway, so at that moment I got hooked to acting. It's something to do with it. I don't know why I got so nervous that I spouted the fever, but that's what it was. I was so damn nervous. And the combination of that level of nerves with that much of a high is like got this stupid attention. And that's it. I know that's what I got.
So, Mark, working on this film, I always have this question when you watch a film like this and you see some of the performances that we saw, like Maddie, played by Louise Lasser, I think is her name, the mom.
She's insane.
When you were watching her perform,
I'm amazed by it when I did it with her. I'm amazed by it every time I see it. I'm amazed by it now. And I don't think anybody can find John Wilson. The writer.
Right.
And he's not here.
I don't see him.
Well, he is. Step forward. It's all made up. I mean, I made up a lot of my stuff, but she was completely made shit up.
I heard someone say, like, when it went back to her and she's cleaning out the fridge, you know, this is a horror story in its own. Like, that's a whole other movie right there. Just her.
Now, if you had all the footage that was shot, Louise Lasser, you're coming up with this
It's a psychological horror film.
But
It's
I'm
amazing.
watching it, and it's just fucking great. She's so lost in the moment. What's she talking about? She's talking about this guy, and it's half of the movie. I swear to God, it's half the movie is her being cut back to this. Who would write that? Nobody! Nobody wrote that, but it works. I think it works. I think it makes fucking.
They take some like interesting, they make some interesting choices, like the seduction with her and Terry and all that stuff.
Yeah,
kind of interesting.
Mothers and sons.
Gotta love
Is it like that?
For some.
I guess so.
Yeah, that was. I don't know where that came from. I don't. I just don't remember because so much. And again, God love John because he got it made, he got the script, and he got the basic relationships, the story out. But I don't know if that's such. I think that came from her. I really do. I mean, she was into all that kind of stuff. Deep psychology and oh my God.
That's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna go with that.
The Greeks and mythology and. I remember at one point she was talking on set and I said, that the pie is my mother. And my father is in the sky. I was trying to keep up with it. But I don't know, it works for me. Because it raises the film. It makes it about something weird, but it's about something.
So, Mark.
When they're holding the baby. When she's holding the baby. I mean, that's kind of
And then she just runs
But
away.
it's and then she just boom.
She hides the baby in the cat. They did that in Halloween 6. I wonder if Halloween 6 stole it from us.
I don't think.
Probably.
As soon as you put a baby up there, people get your nerves checked. That's funny.
So,
Yeah.
earlier before dinner tonight, we were talking about like the Thanksgiving holiday horror films. Looking at this film at that time, did you ever think that would make such an impact?
No way. I know I said this at some point when we were talking.
Yeah.
You go off, you make these things, and the people work so hard. The crews, I want to say something about the crews. The people who actually crew this shit. It is incredible the love they have for what they're doing and the hours they work because you're on a tight schedule and it's low budget. They're not getting paid a lot, and people in love doing the shit that they love. It is so compelling. They out. I don't know how to convey it. I mean, it's day after day. They're working these endless days, and that's what gets it on the screen at all on the budget that they have and the time that they have. What did you ask? No, but I want to.
The impact that this film has made.
So when I get down there, we're talking, and everybody's, you want to keep spirits up, and you want to do this, and you want to do the best thing you can. I was going to, certainly I did. Luis did, for God's sake. No, but that's committed. She's really committed. She's not going, I'm going to make a horror film and just bank it. No. At all. No, she's laying it on the line. So, but it came up and somebody said, this would be a Halloween, and this would really make it, this would be a cult classic. And they all jaded people on the set. And again, these are people who, however jaded they want to be, or they were working their asses off. And they said, everybody says that, kid. Everybody says that it's just another horror film. Let's make the best horror film we can. So watching it now in this circumstance, it's definitely ironic, right? It really is.
This film gets played by a lot of people every November. Like that's some people's tradition.
And that never occurred to me how powerful Thanksgiving would be.
Who knew? Is it challenging to play the role of twins?
In a good way. I don't know who I was mentioning it to, but I really love playing the twins. It was a real attraction in the whole project. And you like to play different characters, or I certainly do. But to get to play the characters right on top of each other and watch them, it's a blast. Yeah. And you have to switch back and forth and back and forth.
Did you ever like forget which role you were?
No, can't imagine. I mean, you gotta prepare, and even though their setups are fast, I'm trying to imagine how I would, in the middle of a scene or something, maybe. I don't know. I didn't. I saw one time where Terry sounded like Todd to me, but this time through, no, I
You just had to feel your hair, like, oh, I have bangs now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the hairdo's good. The hairdo's good.
I heard you inspired Michael B. Jordan's role in Sinners.
That's it.
Yeah.
Inspired back. Yeah.
So we've already gotten an opportunity to chat with Mark quite a bit, but if anybody else has questions they want to ask him, please come up and ask away. Don't all run though.
Or not.
I have a question. Do I have to come up there?
No, okay.
Okay.
Here,
Who in the pool scene? Who were you fighting with? In the pool scene, who were you fighting with?
In the pool scene, I was fighting with my brother, Terry and Todd.
But like,
Who was the person you were actually physically fighting with? Like,
I had a stunt double.
yeah.
that's what I
And I couldn't tell who was who all of the time. He did a hell of a job.
Like watching this now, you
No, I thought he did a hell of a job. Every time I see it, I thought on the set he did a hell of a job. But I mean, every time I see it, because the one where there's actually a scene, I don't know if you, where Terry's standing here and it's clear with me, and he climbs out of the pool on the far side of the pool, crawls up over and just kind of lies there because he was drowning, and he physicalized it. He got as close to his face open as he could without giving it away. The movement, he kept the character really alive. And I'm such an anal bastard. I really appreciated it in total. Yeah, I don't want somebody mucking up my work. And he did it all. He made that shot. So I don't know. Does that answer your question? That's what funny.
Do we have any other questions?
He couldn't do. He couldn't do Terry very well. But he could do Todd.
You couldn't do Terry? You couldn't get the hair down?
No, I think being an asshole is kind of hard for him. Terry just watched it.
Who did you have more fun playing, Terry or Todd?
That's a tough question. At the time, I was more Todd. Todd was more my métier. Todd was more what I would get worked for and hired for. In general, I mean, he's over the top. And he's horror film genre, but Todd was more of a sensitive injury. Boy, that cocky. I'm trying to think of what other actors reminded. But I did enjoy his kind of. I enjoyed playing them opposite each other. Now, I don't remember really. The thing I enjoyed about Terry was that it was different for me. And I just love some of the choices. Frankly, I still do. Some of the choices I made, the walk, that walking. I love that. Stuff like that.
When he goes into the pool and he starts hopping up and down on the jumping board, that's like the best. He's full, like, cocky, I'm just gonna kill you all.
Yeah, it was new. It was new for me. I never played a character like that. I'm gonna have to say Terry. Just because I've done Tom already. Like that.
Have you stayed in touch with anyone from the film at all?
You meet in the film. Amanda Mackie and I knew each other for quite a long time. The casting director, she's not in the film. I talked to Louise, to Cantor, Marion Cantor, but we didn't keep in touch. The only one, and I said hi a couple of times, I ran into people, but the only one I kept in touch with for any length of time was Lisa Randall, the woman on the diving board in the love scene. The woman was always, we stayed friends for quite a while afterwards. And she went on to do some great, she did interesting theater stuff. She did a thing about the Triangle Shirt Factory fire. It's an historic event. It was a lovely project that she did with a bunch of other women. And, then she left New York and got married. She moved north. Lost touch.
Hey, can I sit in the mic for a second? I want to make an observation.
Just to answer that question, put things in perspective, think about this. That baby's 44.
Yeah, that is a weird aspect of watching the film. Because I can remember shooting it. My body remembers a lot of those scenes. I remember it.
Just saying.
Yeah, so we're in a time of reboots, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if they ever try to touch on this stuff. But who do you think can, take on the role as Terry? You know what I mean? Who do you see as an actor right now? As an actor that's out, acting, that's in the lead, doing this stuff. Who would you
I
say?
don't know actors in their 20s very much.
No?
I don't.
None?
Do you know someone? Has somebody in mind?
I want to know who you think could take on the role, that you portrayed 40 years ago.
Oh, man. I just don't know young actors. I work with young actors. The thing is to come up with two characters that are so distinct physically and people don't tend to work like that. But in terms of who has the talent, there are a lot of them. There are tons of talent. I just don't know young people. I mean, you take almost any successful young person, and I'm going to tell you that they can do it. There's just almost nobody who really makes it on talent.
If you got approached to do Blood Rage 2 right now, would you do it?
Yeah.
Terry comes back from the dead. He wants to kill that 44-year-old baby.
It's fun, like doing horror films, man, for an actor. It's a lot of fun. You just get to play in a world that's big. You get to make choices and play it. I would love to do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, so just signing and seeing everybody come out tonight, how did it make you feel, looking at
This is
some of the
such a
artwork?
trip. This is so bizarre. I mean, it was a horror film from a long time ago and it went away and now it's come back and it just stays. It grows and grows. I mean, that's my experience of it. I'm not saying it grows for like it's going to get an Oscar or something, or big. But this group of people who, horror genre people, and the fact that within that genre it's appreciated, it is, I don't know how to explain it, it's just so fun. It's so fun for me. Because it really, it sounds philosophical. It only lives when people watch it. Otherwise it's like words on a page in a novel. Until people read it, it's, what is this, emotions on the film or something still, or whatever it is, digital?
Well, I remember when we first talked to you, and you were kind of questioning why people might follow this movie still. And I think you saw it tonight. Why?
I did.
I like it was having a great time.
I like the film in the new way.
Yeah.
Tonight, and I appreciate it more than I ever have.
Just hearing everybody kind of laughing at the scenes, having a good time, enjoying themselves. It's like, yeah, that's why it lives.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the size. I always like Louise Lasser, but I just think I'm stuck with her on the phone. There's something in front of the refrigerator with her legs akimbo, eating. It's like, Mom's really losing her shit. I don't know. And the rest of it worked. It worked enough, but it was just.
Real quick for people who don't know, so this film had an original title, and then they later went with Blood Rage. Will you share that with everybody?
Yeah, I thought it was Nightmare Shadow Ridge, but it's Shadow Wood. Shadow Wood Estates.
Yeah.
So it's Nightmare Shadow Wood, and Blood Rage was kicked around, but somehow it came out Shadow Wood, and I had nothing to do with it. So,
And I think this film actually released like years after filming. So I think it actually released in '87. Does that sound right?
It went through a lot of lives. I was thinking about that, and I'm trying to remember. It didn't screen right away. I went to a screening in New York, It didn't sell right away. I remember it was in the video stores. I remember it got sold to TV for a moment and a half. And then just didn't. So I don't know what. Then it kind of showed up in this latest. You tell me, you're in it. This, you know what I mean? That whole.
I think that whole surge of people just wanting to find these films that were like hidden and not accessible for a while really helped films like this exist.
Is it part of the new social media age where people were in? I don't know, but somehow it just keeps growing.
Yeah.
And it's in other cities and it's other parts. The horror film I'm talking about, the horror film the genre. And it's not just 80s, but it's a lot 80s, right? There's a particular draw to that. And I'm just so, I come back to it, but it's not even flattery, it's just, I'm so pleased that this film is considered part of it, you know?
Do we have any other questions? You got something to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, since you were asking, I think a lot of people have found this movie and other ones like it through the free streaming services. Because I knew a couple of horror movies, but I like B horror movies that I love, but I found so many more through the free streaming services like Tubi and all those.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
That's definitely helped. I know that we were talking before the event about kind of streaming and what that's done for film and TV, but it has had some benefits too, I guess. Access to films that you never would have seen. Now you do 2D roulette and you just let whatever play and suddenly you stumble on Blood Rage. It's a good night right there.
Yeah, and on social media, we talked about it. You need to get on social media, and then you can see it. But when it comes to holidays, everyone kind of put together a list of films that what they like, and then share it. And so people that had no idea what it was about, they'll sit there and say, "All right, we'll check that out."
I told you, I thought because it was my character, so you look at the work for yourself. But that Terry was really new at that time. And I remember thinking it at the time. It just shows that somebody who was so to portray pathology like that, the good, the bad. But not only was he seen normal, but choice and all of that. But that's not what it is. It's I'm repeating, but it's Thanksgiving and the other stuff is good slasher stuff, but I really think that's what.
That's a big piece of it, but don't discredit Todd and Terry. They're definitely.
I think that's the body of it. I think that, yeah. But anyway, what makes it different? I don't know.
So now we've heard everything, creating a film. Could you share some stories behind the scenes?
Well, Louise and I was thinking about a way that's interesting in the balance of taste. I wanted to get every page of the script shot. It wasn't really my job, but I'm doing all that. But I really wanted to get every page. I just said, if we're going to do this on this budget, we got to get a page of them. Because if they run out of money, they just start cutting pages. And I'm sure you've seen stuff that's loose, but then the logic completely disappears. And more than half the time it's because they didn't shoot the pages. And Louise was just so, time was endless for Louise. She was pursuing an actor, some impulses and exploring. I watched it and it worked. But to do that on a tight budget showed me nuts. It's like, take talk, Louise. So this is a little naughty. The DP would put a clothespin on the guard. This is back in the film. When he ran out of film, but he wouldn't stop a take with Louise. He just let it run. So he could get through it and not stop and then reload and start. He would just put the thing on. And I know whatever was happening didn't matter because they'd run out of film. God love her. She would just go on and on. And she did get an applause after one thing she did, and I don't even know if they were filming it. But she was, people don't applaud on set very often. It's a really sweet thing when people who are shooting it and working on your fellow actors and stuff, and they applaud. I mean, she really was laying it out. She was going for the gold. And I think it shows, and I think it makes it. It's just one of those things. But it really put a lot of pressure on the schedule.
It's funny because you're saying like it kind of sounds like it might have drove some people nuts when you're trying to get through everything, and somebody's taking up so much time. But now that you're kind of watching it and reflecting on it, you're like, wow, I'm glad she did, because look at those scenes.
Oh man, I can't quite get there, but I'm sure. We ended up, look, we're here. You know? It's about the work. I think I don't remember if it was we were talking about it. It's about the work, how we will get there. I mean, conflict is often part of it. That's, it just seems to be. But we had a tough time. I think I screamed a few times. It was, it worked though. And it absolutely worked. And it did pay off. But man, by the skin of our teeth, we got the baby shot. Because it wouldn't have made any sense. I mean, you say it's loose and it's crazy and it's over the top and it's hard, But it has a beginning, middle, and end, It actually does. It's just walking around killing all these people. But it has, kind of, well, we've met them, we've established them, and they're vaguely sexual in some ways, so there's a lot required.
Any other questions?
All right. Well, Mark, I want to kind of again thank you for joining us here in Rhode Island. This is your first time being in Rhode Island, so hopefully this night was up to par for you.
A total joy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for joining us. Appreciate it. And for anyone who this was your first time watching Blood Rage, I hope you watch it every November.
There you go.
Just like the rest of us. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Pretty. All of you are very pretty.